try asking out questions and see if you can get an answer. Try asking anything you're curious about, because you should be able to hear answers, because all your answers should be inside your own head, inside your own soul, inside your own self. You should be able to get any answer you're looking for in the entire universe. Like, you could ask anything. You could ask to see God.
Well, I've had a conversation with him.
Yeah, me too.
Over the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
And
you actually heard his voice.
I actually heard his voice.
Ma'am.
He said to me, "I knew you wouldn't give up, so you can do this."
Namaste.
Yeah, so I said, "Okay," but I didn't realize it was this hard. But I did talk to him, and he said, "You keep up what you're doing. You know, everybody's proud of you. Just keep up what you're doing.
And look what you've done."
Yeah, with a lot of help from a lot of people.
Well, no man's an island. No woman's an island.
Yeah, true.
He never said you would be doing it alone, though, right?
Oh, no.
Right.
No. I just thought when I first started this, I said, oh my God, I'll open a soup kitchen with 20 people and I'll help them. I didn't know what was going to happen. It just ran. It just took off.
That's good. Okay. Today we are here in support of Helen's Soup Kitchen and Food Pantry. Helen's Bread from Heaven Cafe. And we have Chris here. Chris was, I think, our very first sit-speak client interview. And so she's back again today with her new adoptees. About a year ago, right? You adopted her 2 dogs, and we're here to see what their story is. So tell us about, here, should we hold this up? Who is this?
This is Barney.
This is Barney. I don't know, can you get Barney on there?
He's blind. He's about 12 years old.
And Barney came from the shelter. Barney's a Boston Terrier, right?
He has like a crumpled ear, plus he's blind.
It's a crumpled ear. Aw. Hello, Barney. And Barney, you adopted Barney with somebody else too, right?
He had his little friend with him. I named her Betty. Betty and Barney rebel, but trouble.
Betty and Barney Trouble. And now they're both...
Yeah, he was Spunky and she was Beauty, but I changed them.
Okay, and you changed them to Barney and Betty Trouble. That is adorable. And they're both still with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and so this is Barney, and Barney is blind, right? And now their owner had passed, correct?
Right.
Okay. And they were found in the home with the owner, who was passed at the time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They had been there for days before they were found.
Poor babies. All right, so let me see. What would Barney like to say? Hey, Barney, would you like to speak with us today? Oh, he was so frightened. He said he was so frightened for him and now Betty. He's very grateful for being rescued. Not so... He was still very frightened at the shelter. And at first he kept pawing at his dad. That was his dad that passed, correct?
A mother.
Oh, it was a mother.
Yeah, a woman.
Okay, masculine energy. Okay, so he kept pawing at her, saying, "Wake up, wake up." And then eventually he did realize that she had passed, but he says he kept kind of doing a circle, and then would lay down, and then would get up and paw at her again.
She had no family, so it wasn't until the mailman noticed the mail piling up that
Oh,
called the police.
how tragic.
And they went in and found them with her body.
Okay, it's very sad. It was quite a while. I mean, it had gotten to the point where they even stopped being hungry, almost. You know how, like, if you go so long without eating, you really don't even get growly anymore? Okay, so we were at that point. I kind of lost them there.
They were underweight when I got them, but
Okay.
you know how I feed them.
Well,
They're not underweight anymore.
no, I know. You cook for them to get cooked
Yes.
breakfast and
Dinner.
no, you can cook dinner. Yeah, they get treated like royalty. Not that I want to come back, but if I do, I wouldn't mind being Chris's dog. Yeah, they get treated very well over at Chris's house. It's great. Barney was quite nervous, and he says he's not generally a nervous dog. Is this true? Right? He's not generally a nervous dog.
He just sits quietly by himself most of the time. He
Okay.
does, yeah.
Yeah, he says he's pretty calm. Even though he's a small dog, Boston Terrier, small breeds can be nervous, but says he's
not.
nice,
Betty
calm.
is. Betty has extreme anxiety.
She has enough for both of them.
Yes.
He Okay, so even though he's blind, he says he forgets that he's blind. It doesn't bother him, he says. Okay, good. I had to make it a point to ask him if that bothers him, and he says no, it doesn't bother him at all.
He adjusted very quickly. In the shelter, they would put a leash on him and drag him out, and he'd hit his head on car bumpers, trees.
Oh.
And so every time they put a leash on him, he'd cower on the floor. And
Poor
they
baby.
said, oh, he just doesn't like the leash. And I said, he doesn't maybe like that he doesn't know where he's going. So when
Oh,
I took
my
him home,
goodness.
he's learned the 4 different routes that we take for walks.
Very
he knows
good.
when to step up for curb. He has it all down. He's very independent.
They're so smart like that. Dogs are so smart like that. They just figure it out like that.
But I did get him the dog goggles to protect his eyes,
That
because he
was
was
nice.
scratching them sometimes out on a branch or something.
Right. Well,
So
that's
I'm hoping he likes them. He keeps them on. He doesn't mind them.
Not at all. He doesn't mind them at all. He thinks that they're sunglasses. He says he thinks they're sunglasses.
That's what everybody says when we
Oh,
walk.
there you
They
go.
said he's wearing sunglasses.
Okay, so yeah,
Right.
that's why he would think they're sunglasses. That's perfect. He feels very special with them on. He says they're my special sunglasses. I love them. He feels very royal almost with them on. Like, these are my sunglasses. And he turns like this to show people. He says, "Look at my sunglasses. Look at my sunglasses." No, he's very, very grateful. Very happy, and he thanks you profusely for rescuing him and his Betty. He calls her Betty all the time now. He won't even recognize the old names anymore. As a matter of fact, I can't even think of them because he won't let me, and that's okay. He can't thank you enough. As a matter of fact, he smelled your scent. In a good way, I mean, when you first got there, and he said, that's our new mom. That's our new mom. He was telling her, he was telling Betty, that's our new mom. That's our new mom. And
They did both come right to the
front of the
cage,
run.
yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's our new mom. That's her. That's her. He's saying, look. That's her. That's her. You see her. You see her. That's our new mom. And so she was saying, where? Her. And of course, he can't see, but you were what he was smelling, and she can see, and he's saying, what does she look like? What does she look like? Smell her. That's the one. And then he says she kind of stood up on the front of the door.
She did.
There you go. That's our new mom. Get her. And he was saying, and there you go. They had to have you. They had you pegged before you even got to the door. That was it. He knew, and so she said, okay. And that was it. They were going to do whatever they could to get your attention. Elsa, is there anything in particular you want me to ask Betty and Barney?
I just wondered what their life was like before, and if,
They were well loved. She walked them often. She did treat them very well, lots of treats, lots of hugs and kisses, and so they were very well taken care of up until maybe the last 4 or 6 months of her life, of their old mom's life.
Was Barney blind for a long time?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's go there. Let's ask him about the blindness. No. No, actually, I think he kind of went blind right about the same time Mom started getting sick.
Oh.
You know, sometimes animals will empath their owner's sicknesses. You know, they sometimes pull that in, and I think he was pulling that in when his mom, you know, his former mom that passed away, was getting sick. I think probably his former owner, she probably had pretty bad cataracts, and animals will try to pull that in to help the owners cope. And help the owners, like they feel if they can pull that in, the owners will see longer or be healthier longer. I've seen lots of animals take on owners' sicknesses. You know, they just empath that in. They do it.
Very sweet. He would do that, I'm sure.
Yeah, and a lot of them do. You know, a lot of times you'll see, you know, owner had cancer, dog had cancer. I happen to know of a pit bull died of cancer, and a year later, people are very close to. A year later, the owner, the man, the owner of the dog, the man died of stomach cancer. And I don't know if anybody else actually sees that because they don't want to talk about it. Yeah, but it's right there in front of my eyes. So it's very, very common, and I don't know how many people put two and two together because it might be a year and a half in between, but it's very, very common. People need to look at that. People really need to look at how close the sicknesses are between pets and people, especially when people are very close to their pets. Now, Betty, I know she's more nervous. As a matter of fact, I wanted to connect with her first, and see, here I am again trying to talk to her. I get all like
screams.
this.
If I even go out to take out the garbage, she doesn't bark. She screams so loud that my neighbors asked, which is the one that screams like a woman, because they can hear her. She screams.
Okay, so there was a next door neighbor, from what Barney's saying, there was a next door neighbor that would just kind of talk over the clothesline to Barney's old mom. But she had a hearing issue, so she would scream. And since Barney acts so much like Mom did, Betty took on some of the characteristics of the neighbor. And that was pretty much Mom's only friend. Not that they were best friends, but it was the only other example.
Right.
So Betty took on some of those characteristics, and that's what that is. And she was more of a nervous person. She was more of a nervous Nelly. She would run around a lot, the next door neighbor. That's kind of what Betty picked up. What Betty says, well, I'm going to have to take on this person's characteristics. It was Barney took on Mom's characteristics, and we can't both be like Mom. So I guess I'm going to have to be like this. So that was really the only other influence, and it wasn't very often. It was just here and there.
But I thought maybe since she doesn't let me out of her sight at all, and she screams, even if I go in another room or upstairs, that maybe it's because the mom passed away like that and left her and didn't come back.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So now she's very, very afraid of that. Quite separation anxiety over that, yes, because I don't think it was that much of an issue before, but she never considered that could happen. Never considered humans could die, not her or Mom. And then all of a sudden it happened right there in front of her face. So that's exactly what it is. Let me try to tell her that that's not going to happen, and let's see if that'll. Let me tell her that that's not going to happen twice in her lifetime. Betty, honey, can you hear me, honey? Listen, relax, honey. Let me tell you, this is not going to happen this time. Okay, this is not, because I know. That's how I know, because I know. Just relax. How do you know? Because I know. Okay? Your Mommy Chris is not going to die. Okay? Just relax. Just because Mommy Chris goes away, she'll always come back. Okay? This is not going to happen this time. Mommy's not going to die. I know it happened before and it scared you, but it's not going to happen now. So just relax. Yes, I'm sure. Because I know. She asks me a lot.
That would be her.
How do you know? How can you be sure? Because I'm sure. Because I know. Because Mommy Chris is much younger than your other mommy. And she's very healthy. Okay, so just relax now. Just relax. It's not going to happen this time. That's what Barney says too. Okay, so you're safe now, okay? She'll always come back to you, okay? Just relax now. Deep breath. Okay, see that? Okay? There. Is that better? Ah. She have her own dog bed? What does she sleep on that's nice and soft?
She sleeps in the bed. She'll sleep in a dog bed. They have the different choices.
Oh, okay.
But she picks first.
Oh,
And
that's why she calls herself the princess.
She bites the boys on the nose if they try to jump up too.
That's so funny. Because she likes being treated like the princess, she says.
Mm-hmm.
She likes being the princess.
That's what I called her this morning. She was sprawled out on the recliner. She was sprawled out on the recliner, and I said, "Oh, look at you! You think you're the princess?"
Oh my God, that's so funny. Well,
she heard it.
Yes, she heard it. The recliner is now her princess bed.
That is where she goes above. And if the boys try to jump up, she jumps up, bites them on the nose, and then lays back down.
Okay, well, the recliner is her princess bed because she goes, I'm the princess and I like my princess bed. This is my princess bed. So the recliner is now her princess bed. Okay, so now you don't have to worry about anything, okay? You just relax and be the princess. But don't pick on
She bites them hard enough to make their nose bleed.
Oh, stop biting the boys. Stop biting the other dogs now, all right? You can be the princess without biting. A bark will do it, okay? Okay, got it? A bark will do it. She says. Okay, all right, a bark will do it. No more biting. Okay, all right? Oh, you give her bacon too in the morning?
Yes.
Oh, she loves the bacon.
She just had it this morning.
Okay, she loves the bacon.
They all know the dish when I bring it out.
Okay, you can be the princess who gets the bacon.
She leaves
but-
hers till after everybody gobbles theirs, and then she eats it.
To tease them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's so funny. So they can all sit there and watch her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's some personality on her.
Yeah, she'll just let it lay there and watch them.
And then she'll eat it and say, nanny, nanny, nanny. Because that makes them think she has extra. That's why she does that. They think she has more. Oh, she's so funny. I know this is going long, but she's just cracking me up. Oh my God, this is hysterical. Okay, so that's why she does it, because then they think she has extra. Because they think she ate her first piece and now has a second piece, because she says they think I have more. Oh my God, she's a piece of work. I love her. Oh, she's...
You'll have to meet her.
Oh, I am definitely going to have to meet her. Oh, this is so funny. So, that makes them think even more that she's the princess.
Yeah, there was definitely bacon today, and usually every day they want it.
Hysterical. Okay, so she's the princess. She has her princess recliner bed. I'm surprised she waited this long to talk to me. She was just nervous, I guess, because every time I tried to connect with her, I would couldn't talk. I was talking like an idiot. Lots of nervous energy, but now that I got her some calming energy going in there, now she's just gonna.
She probably won't stop.
No, she's gonna talk up a storm. I think I could sit here for 3 hours talking to her. We'll run out of film and battery. Okay. Anyway, all right. I'll tell you this last image that she's showing me. She's showing me. Now she may not have done this, okay, but this is how she's sending you a hug. She's putting one paw here and one paw here, and her head over here, and she's giving you kisses. And this is her saying, "I love you." When it comes right down to it, putting everything else aside, she loves you. Anyway, so they do. So as much as she puts on airs,
Yeah.
she doesn't mean it nearly as much as she loves you. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
You definitely pinned her.
Oh,
right.
good. I'm glad that
Both of them.
Good. I'm glad that she, stopped being so hyper a little bit so I could talk to her. I do love them both. I love them both. They're fabulous. Oh my God, I'm so glad you let me speak with them. Oh,
Thank you.
I always love your dogs. You always bring me the greatest dogs to talk to. They have the best personalities. Oh, thank you for coming. It was
Thank you.
And it was so great to see you. I haven't
too.
seen you in so long. I'm going to have you over. I'm going to have to get together and have you over. I haven't seen you in so long on a, on a friendly visit. Oh, I have to close out, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, my fault. Well, thank you for watching this episode of Sit Speak, and tune back in next week. Thank you. I don't know, was that stupid? I don't know, I couldn't think. Usually Connie does that.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask Connie to come. Well, she's probably working.
Just